Well, that was quick. Taylor Swift is swiftly jumping in and saying, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, indeed. This happened quite swiftly. If you get what I gotta do this. But you get what I'm saying, okay? This happened quite quickly. Taylor Swift now is sitting here saying like, hey, I am not your dragon. I am not a part of this whole thing. My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Do not add me into this mess. I don't want to be a part of it. You got to remember, Taylor Swift has an image to uphold as well, okay? She is literally like the musician's America sweetheart, all right? Everybody, for the most part, likes her and enjoys her music. I mean, you know, a lot of people do. I leave that up to you guys, okay? But a good portion of the world really enjoys her stuff. I mean, she just did a multi-billion, if not multi-million dollar Eras tour, okay, around the globe. So she is highly, highly revered out here in the world, okay? She is a mega superstar, mega celebrity, and she's known for being a good person for the most part, aside from writing music about ex-boyfriends and stuff like that. But that's a whole other conversation in itself, okay? Past relationships and songs about, you know, disgruntled stuff, and you know what I mean. Let's be real. She's used that quite a bit, but that's another conversation in itself, right? But we know that she's been good friends with Blake Lively for a minute now. We just talked about it just in the last video, talking about Taylor Swift, and for some it's coming out so much that we are still talking about Taylor Swift. It's pretty crazy. In like 24 hours, we've been still talking about Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, but maybe this is a situation where she is putting the nail in the coffin, the final nail in the coffin, basically saying, shut up, Balake, you know, Blake, Balake, shush, shush, shut your mouth. Don't say a damn thing. Do not put my name out here. Get my damn name out your damn mouth, right? So this is very, very interesting. So let's take a look at this. This is insane. So Taylor Swift feels like she was used by Blake Lively in her war against Justin Baldoni, and she resents Balake calling her one of her quote-unquote dragons and leveraging her name. Now, let's be real. If you have Taylor Swift on your side, if you have Taylor Swift as one of your good friends, I mean, I wouldn't use Taylor Swift in this kind of way, but I can see somebody going, you know, I was just out there hanging out with Taylor Swift, if you know who that is. Anyway, I was hanging out with her and we had a great time. And so then, you know, Tay-Tay, that's how I call Taylor Swift. She's my friend. Anyway, we were hanging out, having some cappuccinos. We were having a great time. And Taylor Swift said that, you know what I mean? Like, I can see somebody dropping her name, just basically saying, we are besties, we're the best, we are best friends type thing, right? But in this kind of way, this is not good. Where you basically say, well, Tay-Tay, T-Swizzle got my side, okay? She's on my team. And I'm going to sick this dragon on you, okay? And I'm going to use her celebrity to sway you into saying yes to anything I want to have happen in this movie. Oh, maybe final cut. Oh, maybe the final draft of specific scenes. Oh, let's not forget all the designer type of jeans and clothes and all that stuff that she was wearing in the movie that make no doggone sense with her character. I could see her literally dangling Taylor Swift's name over Justin Baldoni's head just to get what she wants. Also, let's not forget too, Ryan Reynolds, her husbands, okay? Let's not forget that too. It's very easy for her to sit there and say, hey, Ryan Reynolds, who's also an A-list actor, says such and such. He agrees with me. And he can make your career or he can destroy your career. So what you gonna do about that, Baldonis? Right? So easy. It's very easy for someone like Blake to use that opportunity to dangle whatever, using their names, using their influence to make her situation a little bit better on any set that she happens to be on. And see, this is the question also. Before we go into the rest of this article, it does make you wonder if Balake has used this in other situations, on other sets. It does make you wonder, right? But moving on, as we reported, there was a critical meeting at Blake and Ryan Reynolds NYC, New York City penthouse with Justin to discuss a scene that Blake had rewritten for It Ends With Us. Justin has said the meeting got super heated and he felt ambushed because Ryan and Taylor showed up. Now, that's some serious stuff. Having them both show up over a scene. Listen, I need you to just say, okay, with this scene, it's a lot better this way because me and Ryan said so. So you might as well be cool with it, okay? Now gets the step in. That's very interesting, right? This is what they claim. This is what Justin Baldoni even said in his lawsuit as well, okay? But a well-connected source close to Taylor says Taylor came to Blake's apartment at the time Blake told her to, not knowing anyone else would be there. In other words, Taylor had no idea there was a meeting going on with Justin. Uh-oh. That's not good either. Because again, you're in the room doesn't automatically mean that you're up to step in and start causing a ruckus over this situation. You might just be there to be like, hey, I'm just here to hang out with my friend. And oh, wow, Justin's here. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, I think the scene is good too. Why don't you just let it be in there? You know what I mean? Kind of like an innocent conversation. It could have been. It may not have been as well. Let's be real, okay? The source goes on to say Justin was about to leave after the 2-hour meeting as Taylor walked in. Oh, okay, so it's the other way around. Taylor walked in, and there, lo and behold, Justin Baldoni's in the room with Blake. Okay, I'm assuming Ryan Reynolds was already in the room as well, and they're having this conversation. Taylor shows up, and this is what she's saying. She's saying that she just walked in to the situation, that she has nothing to do with this, guys. All right. So this already in progress, 2-hour meeting was already happening, and Taylor walked in. She was introduced to him for the first and only time. We're told all Taylor said to Justin was how excited she was to see the movie because he was her friend's boss. That's it. She said, I can't wait for this whole thing. I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful movie. You got a great actress on your hands, and from what I understand, I hear some really great things about you. Can't wait to see the finished product. Okay. Treat her nice. Okay. And I hope you guys work things out. Maybe that's all that happened. Right. But that's not what Justin's saying. Even afterwards, she was using her name in text messages and all that as well, which is kind of tasteless if you really think about it. Our sources say Taylor believes Blake timed her meeting with Justin so Taylor would arrive before he left, and is baffled by Blake later characterizing her as her dragon, or as one of her dragons. The source adds, it's weird to say that about a friend, that, oh, she's my guard dog. Basically, like, she's here, and if I tell her to sick him, she gonna sick him, right? That's a little bit weird. But even so, in this text message, okay, she says, if you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi and I like her. I happen to have a few dragons, for better or for worse, but usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too. I can promise you. And that is a very interesting threat. You can see that as a veiled threat. Let's be real. It's like, stay on my good side or I will release the dragons. You know what I'm saying? That is a little bit of a vibe here. Okay. For lack of a better term, definitely a veiled threat within a, you're going to get along with me, as long as you get along with me, you'll never have to deal with these dragons. See, you just met Taylor, and you already know and just met Ryan Reynolds, and these are my 2 guard dogs. Don't mess with me. If you mess with me, you're going to have a hard time. You work with me, we're going to be great. Everything's going to be Gucci, baby. That's basically what she's saying here, which is really, really bad. And we already know about all the text messages that she sent to him, basically saying like, hey, these guys are my protectors. They hold it down for me. They are my cheerleaders. They are the crutch that I lean on whenever I feel sad or weak. They are my friends, and they keep the creative. They keep encouraging me creatively as well. My husband and my bestie, Taylor Swift. She even said that in those text messages in the lawsuit that Justin Baldoni recently put out. Okay. Remember, like I just said, Blake texts Justin after the meeting, referring to herself as Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. And Taylor and Ryan were her protective dragons. And there's more. The source says Taylor is also learning Blake has been inappropriately leveraging her name for a long time. Yeah. Like telling a young actress that Taylor cast her, which simply did not happen. Interesting. TMZ dropped a new podcast, which if you want to go check it out. Okay. And we already know that Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, is going to be subpoenaing, okay, Taylor Swift for a deposition, or possibly having her come in for a deposition, which will be very, very interesting, because at the end of the day, I don't see Taylor Swift being the type of person to lie under oath. Let's be real. So if she does speak out, and if she does have to speak under oath, testify under oath, it'll be very interesting to see how she handles the situation. Okay, but one source close to Blake has a different take. Okay, Blake believes the relationship is not strained, with the two still talking regularly. Again, this is all sources, so things can change. One side can say one thing, another side can say something completely different. Okay, another source close to the situation says Taylor is angry about the extent to which she is involved. And specifically, she was angry about the Dragons remark, but Blake has since apologized. They had a good cry and hugged it out. Now, what's interesting about this is, of course, you got a friend who has a whole lot more power, a lot more celebrity power than the other. Let's be real. Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Blake Lively's Blake Lively. Don't get me wrong. Blake Lively's popular and she's successful in her own right. She is definitely a celebrity. That's the only reason, one of the main reasons why we're talking about this. Let's be real, right? That's why we're all watching this train wreck in 4K, okay, with our popcorn at the edge of our seats, because these are all big time celebrities. But if we were to weigh them on a scale, as far as celebrity goes, Taylor Swift is definitely a heavyweight. She is internationally world renowned. Okay. So yes, I can see somebody like Blake Lively using her name to get what she wants. Now, is that 110% true? We got to remember, this is all coming from a source that is saying this. So we got to take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, I would be upset if I was Taylor Swift too. It's like, wait, why are you dragging me into this whole thing? I ain't trying to be a part of this ish. I got better things to do, like hanging out with Travis Kelce and living my life, writing the next big song, planning out another tour, whatever it may be, right? Not this mucky muck. So this is very interesting. Sources say that she was upset. They talked it out. They got through it, and they're better. They got out through the other side better as a friend, or as a friendship, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. But at the same time, I wouldn't blame Taylor Swift for saying, hey, I am not your dragon. Do not drag me into this stuff. I have no reason to be a part of this. Quit using me as the, your power move. You got to figure this thing out yourself. But what say you guys? This is very, very interesting and heartbreaking all at the same time, if this is the case, because, it's kind of sad. It really is, to the point where you got to go, well, Taylor is my friend. It's like, really? You know my friend Taylor Swift? You know, Swifty? I call Taylor Swift Swifty. That's how tight we are. Yeah, so give me this role because Taylor will be on your heels, nipping at your heels if you don't give me the role. And then you also know my husband, Ryan. Okay, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Give me that ish. Or you got him sicking. He'll be nipping at your heels too. You don't want that either. But anyway, I think it's interesting, and I think it's sad. Okay, and I get it. It's Hollywood. Everyone names drops in the game. Okay, it is kind of like a power game out there in these streets. It's all about leverage and who you got in your team and all that stuff. But this is really sad if this is 110% true, and this is not how it should have gone. And again, this makes Justin Baldoni look even more innocent as time goes on, as the world turns. But what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think about this? This is crazy. Again, nutty stuff. And it's only going to get even nuttier, I have a feeling. Something's apparently going to drop tomorrow. We're going to be waiting for it. We're going to talk about it for sure. So comment down below. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll be talking very, very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.